Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday evening. Tomorrow's Monday morning. And while most people despise Monday mornings, I don't. I choose to enjoy Monday mornings. I choose to see them as a new opportunity for a new week to have new experiences, maybe meet new people, and drink some coffee because it will be early Monday morning. I want to talk for a couple minutes about ideas. I've recently had a lot of ideas while I've been taking naps. Yesterday I was taking a nap, and I have a group coaching session tomorrow, and I've been thinking about how I want to organize it, how I want to run it, what I want to do with it. And I wasn't exactly sure how to structure it, what to do. And I was taking a nap yesterday afternoon, and I had an idea. While I was napping, it was a strange thing where I was napping, I was taking a nap, it was like a 30-minute nap. It was enough to know that I was asleep, but yet I was awake enough to know that I was having an idea about a group coaching session. And it's this battle, and this has happened to me before, this battle of, do I wake up and type something in my phone real quick so I can capture this thought, or do I just stay asleep and hope that I remember it later? And it's really funny the way it happened. I woke up from my nap, went on to do something else. I was sitting at my desk working on something, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, came this thought, oh, I had an idea during my nap that I wanted to capture, and I couldn't remember it. And I was freaking out a little bit because I couldn't remember my idea. And then I finally remembered it, and I captured it. And wrote it down, and now I'm going to implement it into my group coaching tomorrow. Here's why I share this story. I've heard research before that say we have some of our best ideas in the shower because we're thinking outside the box. We're not trying to think inside a container. One of my friends and I were talking, and he was talking about how sunrises and sunsets are just extremely beautiful to him, and how he had a really critical idea for him in his business while he was just sitting there watching the sunset, not really thinking about anything in particular, but how that idea just came to him in the stillness of thought. And when we went on vacation a couple weeks ago, and I was taking a nap every day, which is pretty awesome to take a nap every day, and I was having different ideas about the videos I was doing, and they were new ideas. They're ideas I hadn't had before in my nap, and I almost thought to myself, I need to figure out a way to capture my thoughts during my nap without waking up, like connect a USB drive in here or something. That's my $1 billion idea, I think. But ideas, and so then it comes to me, how do I create space for me to have good ideas, or big ideas, new ideas? Forget the label of big or new, or big ideas, just new ideas. And I was reading a book one time, it's this book actually, Experiments Never Fail, and he talked about that most new ideas are old ideas just reorganized. Or maybe it's an experience and another idea just reorganized in a new way. And so, to me, I think the recipe for new ideas is have more experiences, implement more ideas, be part of different things, and you have more pieces of the puzzle that you can put together and reorganize into a new idea. For example, the thing that I'm going to implement in my group coaching tomorrow is a combination of an idea that I heard from a podcast I was listening to, an experience I had in another group coaching session, and I'm combining them into a new idea. And it's really just a combination of old ideas and experiences. So if you want to have more new ideas, just take old ideas you've had, write down things that have failed before, write things that have been successful before, write down things that you have seen other people do that are successful, and then just start combining them. And you're going to come up with some really weird ideas, but there's a few ideas in there when you start recombining the ideas that are really effective ideas. Then I get really excited about ideas. They're new things to start. And I have to be careful, if I'm being really honest, I have to be careful about my ideas because I'm the type of person, I think in every relationship, in my marriage relationship, in my relationship with my business partner, there's always a how person and a wow person. The wow person goes, oh, imagine all those ideas. And the how person says, oh, how are we going to do that? So I'm going to be careful with my ideas because I'm really good at starting things and I tend to not be really good by default on seeing them through and executing them. Uh, here's some things that I'm really excited about with new ideas. A men's leadership conference that I'm talking about doing with Todd Robinson. Group coaching ideas I just shared with you. Creator challenge that I'm doing with one of my friends, Danny. A daily posting group. So there's now 4 of us that have committed with each other and are being accountable with each other to do these daily posting. That daily posting group didn't exist a week ago. And we had the idea to, let's bring all 4 of us into a group together and do it together. I had this idea just in the last week of putting a group together, kind of like a mastermind support group of entrepreneurs with boundaries. One of the things that I'm burdened by is that often entrepreneurs succeed at the cost of their families failing. And so it's kind of play off of Doctors Without Borders, where they go overseas. Entrepreneurs with boundaries, where we are entrepreneurs who support each other in having boundaries with our family and our work. Brady and I my son, we talked about this idea today about starting a grass cutting business that he and I can do on Saturdays together. So he can earn some money and he can learn how to run a business and he can learn about entrepreneurship. I've talked about this book that I've had in my mind called The Gift of Loneliness. And I'm really toying with the idea. That sounds very lazy way of looking at it. I am evaluating when is the best time for me to start writing this book, The Gift of Loneliness. Another idea is a couple other coaches and I are talking about putting on a conference for coaches. These are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ideas that I wrote down that I'm playing with, and they're all at different stages of execution and figuring out who needs to get involved. But really, anything worthwhile being created, worth doing, started with an idea. And an idea is just reorganized ideas from other people put together. So I'm excited. I like ideas. I love ideas. I love sitting around in a circle and just discussing ideas with people because it's all focused on possibility, and I love possibility. What ideas are you excited about? What's going on in your life that you're excited about? Ideas that are either starting or you're on the executing side of them. What are you excited about? I'd love to know. Have a good night.